And a very good evening, everyone, across Western Australia, and around the world. Streaming live on Front Row Screens and the DRN1. It is round 3 of the IHL WA Premier League for season 2020. And tonight, here at the Cockburn Ice Arena, it is the Blackhawks in second on the ladder against the Vikings in fourth on the ladder. This should make for an outstanding matchup. We've got 2 other matches being played tonight, and we will keep you up to date right throughout the evening as it progresses. Of course, all thanks to our wonderful partners at Front Row Screens and DRN1. Very excited to be collaborating with them tonight on Perth.radio. The players just getting finished with their warm-ups as we are about to get set for this clash. Blackhawks in black and red, and the Northern Vikings in the white and green. And the Blackhawks have got a couple of good players, a couple from the Perth Thunder in the Australian Ice Hockey League that'll be playing tonight. Jamie Woodman and Jason McMahon, look out for them. And for the Vikings, a couple of good stars. They've got John Miles, Mike Spencer, and Takahiko Kiyuchi in the forward defensive ice side for the Vikings. Was both these teams on 2 points, and the winner will look to jump into second place on the IHL WA Premier League ladder. The Hawks under Felicity Svensson, and the Vikings led by Sean Cookson. And they've got players like Scott Del Caro and Harvey Jackson that are going to lead the charge tonight. Flyers orange on top of the ladder, but here the Blackhawks in second and the Vikings in fourth. The winner will look to take second place, with the Flyers blue also playing tonight, and we'll keep you up to date with those other games as they come to a head at the Perth Ice Arena. We're here in Cockburn tonight, streaming live across Facebook thanks to Front Row Screens and DRN1. Should be a very exciting contest. The players just getting into their huddles for the final words here. Great to have a live and local sport back here in WA. 3.5 months since live and local sport here in WA has been airing. As you know, the COVID-19 crisis forced a halt in many of our sports, but we thank you, the public at WA, that have responded so well. And now we have local sport back on your screens. And starting with the ice hockey here in Western Australia, some of the best in this state battling it out. The Blackhawks are all set to go. The Vikings all set to go. And the refs putting the puck right down in the middle. The Blackhawks are going to be going to the right of your screen, and the Vikings will be going to the left of your screen. It's going to be Liam Campbell. That'll start it off in the first face-off with Mike Spencer. 20-minute periods, first and third periods. Remember, if it's all square, we go to overtime at the end. Round 3 action is underway here at Cockburn, and it begins right now. Spencer winning the first face-off there. That allows Holman on defensive ice to gather and get themselves going. Holman and Preffer combining, and now they're going down the line towards centre ice. Good teamwork by the Vikings. Holman again going to the centre. Brilliantly rescued there by Campbell. Campbell trying very hard there, lobbing it to Grover. Nice chop towards his teammate there in Meaden Cox. Meaden Cox with the long slash, but he misses that one. Oh, heavy check there from Meaden Cox on his Vikings opponent. That's what we want to see, a little bit of physicality. But the puck sneaks out towards Pieper, and the Vikings are into attack here. Here's Spencer. Spencer shooting it towards the centre. That is in the air, and that looks like it's going to be a face-off. Maybe due to some icing there. There'll be a couple of changes early for both sides. Both the Blackhawks and the Vikings wanting to be as fresh as possible, because there is going to be a bit of physicality as you would want. So Wright for the Vikings is going to go at it against Davidson from the Blackhawks. Davidson wins the face-off. Quick shot there from Miles, but that one just wide of the net. But the Vikings go into attack again. Here's Rick Cooper, almost picked off by the Blackhawks. Cooper with a long pass out to Wright. Wright shoots and misses again. So that's 3 big chances that have gone begging. They've had most of the attack in this match. But the puck goes the Blackhawks' way, but well recovered in defence there by Wright and Warmold combining. It's a skate race. Hammond now. Hammond leading the shot, and a hard check there by Hammond on Cooper. That's what you want. Physicality at its best in ice hockey here in the West. Hammond applying a lot of pressure there. 2 Vikings going down, but they still have it through Wormold on centre ice. Going back to Cooper. Cooper dicing there. Lost control there of the puck by Digney. And the Blackhawks will have a long slash, but it's only as far as Rick Cooper for the Vikings. And now they centre it, picked off brilliantly there by Meaden Cox. Meaden Cox is intercepted by Smith, and he shoots that one pretty hard, but that's above the net. But now the Blackhawks are rebounding. But again, that pressure from the Vikings early on, keeping them pegged in that centre ice, is not allowing the Blackhawks to move within an inch of that offensive third. But regathering now is Campbell, trying very hard but stuck on that defensive third. Here's Grover. Grover making his way through, gets it out to Woodman. Passes 1, 2. He's going to look for the shot. Ref, was he calling icing? No. Letting the game go. That's good officiating. Hammond going to Davidson. And there's the shot. The shot there was by Meaden Cox. No score. Brilliantly saved by the keeper. But a long slash out towards the Blackhawks defensive third sees them clear. Oh, lost control there by one of the Blackhawks. That allows Wright to intercept. And now a hard dice in that defensive third sees the Vikings cram the Blackhawks in that attacking third. Long shot. Just out of reach for the goalkeeper. But that's going to allow Graham and Miles to battle it out one-on-one. Miles losing his footing. And here's Pieper and Rayner combining. Again, this is hard defensive play from both sides. Not a score for the first 4 minutes in this match. Shots on goal. Blackhawks have had 2. The Vikings have had 3. This could be one of them. That's Cuthbert. Shoots. Brilliantly deflected in defence there by Piffer. Piffer going in hard there with Davidson. That's what we like. And now the Blackhawks are going to have another chance on offence. But brilliantly intercepted there by Wormald. Wormald's having a good game on that third. But again, the Blackhawks, when they're in their third, they can really take you by surprise. Here's Davidson with the shot. Doesn't get it. And now the Vikings are clear. Kayuchi and Spencer combining. Spencer with a hard check. That there was by Hammond. That's good physical play by Hammond. That's what you got to do. This Vikings side can really take you by surprise with their speed between all thirds of the rink. And in order to stem that, you got to get physical. And that's what the Vikings are doing here. Miles with another check. But the Blackhawks through Campbell and Hammond. Hammond under pressure again, but now has Goals in support. Goals, brilliant spin, maintaining control of the puck. That's good play. And now gets it out to McMahon, player for the Thunder. McMahon with a good shot, but lovely save there from the goalkeeper in McLeod. McLeod, that's 2 saves. Does he get it? Yes! Well, that somehow leaked off the pad of the goalkeeper, and that was Jason McMahon, the Thunder star. He shoots the first one of the night. Oh, no, that was Woodman, I should say. That's Woodman. Jason Woodman gets the first one of the night. And that gives the Blackhawks a 1-0 lead. 15 minutes left on the clock. That's the start there after these Blackhawks. That experience with 2 players from the Perth Thunder proving an early dividend. That's their 3rd shot on target and their most effective. So here we go with another centre face-off. The Vikings win it out. And they're looking to respond quickly. Rayner controlling the puck well. It's a 2-on-1 on the defensive side. Brilliantly snuck out there by Woodman, and that's icing. That'll be an icing penalty against the Blackhawks, and we'll have a face-off on the Vikings offensive third of this Cockburn Ice Arena. Thanks for joining us wherever you may be across Western Australia and around the world. Thanks to Front Row Screens and DRN1. It's going to be a face-off here. The winner there was Campbell. Nice hard shot there from Kayuchi. But that one's deflected brilliantly by the goalkeeper there in Golds. Golds shot there. Brilliantly picked by Grover. Grover with a wild slash only as far as right. Right in his opponent there in Davison with a hard scramble for that puck. But again, the Blackhawks doing all they can to clear out of that third. But there's about 3 Vikings around the puck. Holman looking for support. He's having to go back now. And they're under pressure. Davidson's hounding his Vikings opponent there in Digney. Digney trying to maintain control, and he's checked pretty hard there by Hammond as the Vikings go to the outer side of this rink. Hammond centering pass just out of reach there for Digney. And here we go, beautifully intercepted there by Davidson with a long shot. That was almost out of the arena. And that will be a face-off here. 13 minutes left. in this first period. 1-0 to the Blackhawks. Jason McMahon, the Perth Thunder star, with that first goal of the night. The Vikings eager to reply on the scoreboard. This face-off here is going to be between McMahon and Cooper in the Blackhawks offensive area. Referee's just spotting a few inconsistencies, but able to get that solved. McMahon wins out. And now the Vikings are able to get clear. They need to really slash that out of the defensive third. But the Blackhawks cramming in defensively. Here's Digney. Digney goes around 1-2. Great control by Digney, allowing Del Caro to get clear. Del Caro, beautiful pass out there to Williams. Williams breaks through one, can't break through the second, and that's brilliant back up there from Golds to set the Blackhawks up again for attack. Golds with a short flick out to Cuthbert. Cuthbert's shot, that's a big hit, but just wide of the net. Here's Cuthbert again. It was from behind there. Was he able to get it in time? No. Flicks it out, makes the pass, but the shot there by Hammond just sails wide. And now the Vikings are going to get clear again. It's a big scramble for it, but Wormald out the back, maintaining control. They want to really make that transition here. Del Caro just out of reach of that puck. Now it's a one-on-one. Spencer running second to it. To Meaden Cox. Hard checking there for the puck. It's a 2-on-1 scramble for it. Can the Vikings get clear? No, it's the Blackhawks through Golds providing backup. 2-on-1 scramble for it again on that offensive third. Golds loses his footing. Brilliantly played there by Del Caro to take back control. The shot there by Miles just misses. But now Piefer providing backup. Long slash there by Piefer just misses. Scramble for it, and the shot there by Liam McCauley. Liam McCauley gets the response for the Vikings, just what they needed, and it is 1-1. They were dicing hard on that offensive third for that goal back, and they were able to do so through some good work by Del Caro and McCauley up forward. And McCauley gets that one to level the scores. And the Blackhawks are not happy. They think one of the players may have been offside. I don't think that was the case. The referee was right in the prime position, so that goal stands. That was a good goal too. Winning the face-off there was Meaden Cox, but only as far as Jackson for the Vikings. Jackson clearing that one out towards Del Caro. He's under pressure there. Woodman really dicing his way hard. Solid checking, almost losing the helmet. The big shot there, and that's another one. Did he get it? Yes! Another goal for the Blackhawks. The response after the Vikings leveled. That was Campbell. And now it's the Blackhawks 2-1. We've had 3 goals inside the first 10 minutes of this first period. We could be in for a high-scoring one, ladies and gentlemen. And this is one where both teams would want to get second place on the ladder, so the pressure is on. And 3 goals scored inside 10 minutes. It's the Blackhawks 2-1. Face off here. Grover wins out, but only just. But look at that hard speed by Kaiuchi. Kaiuchi just worried out of that one by Woodman. And now the Blackhawks can set up. Grover to Campbell. Trying very hard. Good flick out towards Grover. But the Vikings are able to control out of that defensive third. Here's Rayner. Rayner just losing control there, but was able to get it back. A little bit of sloppy defensive work there by the Blackhawks in that passage. Right, almost hitting the glass, nearly going through it. But now McMahon. That defensive third, good speed out of that defensive ice third. Look at McMahon go. That's why he's the star for the Perth Thunder. Can he cap it off? No. Or does he? No, he didn't. Brilliant save there by the Vikings goalie there in McLeod. But that speed from McMahon from defence into attack, simply outstanding. Got to be one of the plays of the night so far here at the Cockburn Ice Arena. And now McMahon will go on the face-off with Karius this time. Long shot there from the number 2 in Hammond, but another missed opportunity. That's 7 targets. That's 7 shots on target for the Blackhawks now, so they had most of the domination in that attacking third. The Vikings just playing it cautiously at the moment. Out of defence. Hard checking there on Cuthbert. And a little bit of bumping off the puck there. You don't want to draw a penalty. Right. Here's Wright again. Making the most of a matter of miscommunication. But Golds is able to sweep up. and regather for the Blackhawks, but that's a penalty. There may have been an obstruction. And it is, I reckon. Good. And it looks like, looks like someone may be going into the penalty box. Nope. And we can announce the penalty box thanks to Champions Auto Glass. For anyone that does go into the penalty box tonight, and we thank Champions Auto Glass for coming on board our WA Ice Hockey League coverage for season 2020. It's going to be Spencer doing battle with Graham. Oh no, that's McMahon. McMahon versus Spencer in this next face-off. McMahon wins out. Long slash out of defence there by Campbell. But the goal is going to come out to meet that one and allow Rick Cooper to get them clear out of that third for the Vikings. Great work with the puck. Good passing out to right. And Macaulay. Macaulay out towards Del Caro. They've got to find someone open on the outer side to look for that long shot. Hard checking there. This is the physicality we like. Almost defended by the Blackhawks successfully. In fact, it was brilliantly defended by the Blackhawks to ensure that no goal was scored. There were about 3 Vikings around the puck looking for that goal. But the Blackhawks were able to counter that with some good defence. So McMahon with the face-off against Carius. And there was an obstruction in that face-off, so the referee will recall that one. Blackhawks looking to draw on their 2-0 win from last week against the Sharks here in Cockburn. Del Caro looking for that long shot, but sent the Blackhawks into a false sense there. Here's Del Caro going out back, looking for the loose shot. And now Williams. Williams is looking to go back from the corner, misses. And it's Miles that'll sweep up for the Vikings. He's got Williams in support. Decides not to go that. He wants to go around the back of the net. That won't work because McMahon is applying the pressure. 2-on-1 scramble for that puck. It's between McMahon's legs there, but he's able to get through. Great play there. That was almost obstruction. But the umpire's letting the game go, these refs. They're doing a great job out there. Del Caro shooting it hard. But there was McMahon going past the third. That may be icing. In fact, there is a penalty. And that will be a power play. That clock's just ticking down to the final seconds of that power play. And that player penalised there was Kieran Golds. And that penalty being supported there by Champions Auto Glass. Great to have them on board for season 2020. Rayner. Good pass out to right. Goes looking there for Caiucci. But there was about 5 Blackhawks around that puck ready to make the intercept. Here's Davidson. Davidson looking to bulk past 1, 2. Great change in direction, looking to get clear. Here's McMahon again. And Campbell. Campbell, he's got Hammond for support. Decides to go to Goulds. Looking for the long slash and misses. Just under 5 minutes left. 2-1 to the Blackhawks in this first period. Friday night action here at the Cockburn Ice Arena, thanks to Front Row Screens and DRN1. Rayner. Rayner brilliantly controlled. He's got Del Caro from behind for support. Goes to right, but that's ineffective. However, the Vikings are able to maintain control through some good defence. Rayner centering that pass to Hamilton. Del Caro, long slash. Goes around the net. And here's right again. Hard puck. But was almost checked out of that game there. And now the Vikings have an opportunity to reset. Just 4 minutes left in this first period. Del Caro bumped out of it there. Good play there by Goulds. That's allowing McMahon to stand up. And now they're going to clear out of defence. Goulds to Grover. Grover looking for the slash. Beautiful save by McLeod. And that is saved twice. McLeod's really earning his pockets today. And that'll be another face-off, as the goalkeeper was holding on to that one for about a couple of seconds. It's going to be McMahon and Moffat for the face-off. Moffat wins out. Goes behind to Williams. Now right, combining. Picked off brilliantly there by Campbell. Williams again. Working hard to get that one back the Vikings' way. And Wormald. Wormald going to the outer side. He's got Cuthbert coming, but he makes the pass in time, but it was a wild one because Liam Campbell was able to make that intercept. It's a 2-on-1, right with the long shot. Brilliantly saved under pressure from Liam Minson. Blackhawks clearing now. Woodman bolts past 1, 2, looking for the shot. This will be a well-deserved goal, but McClough makes the good save. McClough making 2 good saves in the last minute in this first period. 10 shots on target for the Blackhawks to 7 in this first period. 2.5 minutes left. It's going to be Campbell that will participate in this next face-off, and he's got Mike Spencer as his opponent. Campbell wins that one, but the puck finds its way into the Vikings here through right. Here's Miles. Miles from the corner. The goalkeeper almost comes out of it, and here comes the shot from Liam McCauley. That's another one, and it's all square yet again. That's the goal that they wanted in crunch time in this first period, and it's McCauley that delivers. 2-2 the score with less than 2 minutes left on the clock. Exciting first period we've had here in Cockburn. Marvellous goal there. Set up by that face-off win to Spencer. The puck going in very quickly towards McCauley. And McCauley slashing that one brilliantly through the net and getting Vikings' second goal of the night. 2-2 with less than 2 minutes left. Miles slashes it long towards the back. The goalkeeper's been pulled out. Minson there, that's ambitious. But paid off for now as Rick Cooper gets back into that third ice, that defensive ice third. Brilliantly played there from McMahon and Hammond combining to steal that one. A little bit of leg checking there by Cooper, but was able to get the puck under control. McCauley, who scored that last goal. That shot was a big one, but that shot is wide. Hard checking there from Miles. It's a big scramble for the puck. Coming out of it is Cooper. Cooper slashing it out to Spencer. Spencer now to Miles, coming from the back of the net. Spencer and Miles scrambling hard. Spencer added into that equation, but somehow with the win. Here's Golds to Campbell. Campbell with the spin, but couldn't outrun Kaiuchi. Kaiuchi providing some support from Miles. Miles and Campbell slogging it out here. Looking for that puck. And Campbell was able to get through that one. McMahon, long shot. Oh, an ambitious shot it was. So that's 11 shots on target they've had now. But getting the steal of that. Here's Pieper. Pieper looking for the shot to take the lead. No, he doesn't get it. But they have one more chance. McCauley and Wright. This the shot. Doesn't get it. But I reckon we'll end the first period at 2-2. Yes, we will. Well, an exciting first period at Cockburn Ice Arena where it's the Blackhawks 2, the Vikings 2.
You're invited to Perth Ice Arena, Perth's premier ice skating rink. If you're into ice hockey, figure skating, a novice, or just enjoy the fun of ice skating, this is the place for you. Call or visit the website for session times. It's a great place to keep cool.
All right. Welcome back to the Cockburn Ice Arena. Just about to get underway with the second period of this game between the Vikings and the Blackhawks. Round 3 of the IHL WA Premier League. Thanks to our partners at Front Row Screens. And, of course, the DRN1 that are also broadcasting this game. Also CD Dodd. Great to have their support too. It's 2-2. After an exciting first period, McMahon and Wright with the opening face-off. It was won by Wright. And Rayner getting that one out. Wormald now under a bit of pressure there from Cuthbert. He was able to get the long pass in to Kaiuchi. Kaiuchi beautifully done, but only as far as McMahon. And now the Blackhawks are starting to put the Vikings under pressure now. It's a 4-on-1 situation for the Blackhawks. Brilliantly fought out there by Cuthbert. And he's able to get the puck back into attack for the Blackhawks. Here's McMahon. McMahon, beautiful pass, but only as far as Macaulay. And the pressure by the Blackhawks sees another turnover. There have been a few turnovers inflicted by the Blackhawks, which seemed a bit unnecessary. And that's really put a big chance for the Blackhawks to try and make the most out of defence every time. A little bit of heavy checking behind the puck there. You don't want to get yourself back in the penalty box. But loose checking. Here's McMahon looking to make the shot. Almost gets it. But great courage by the goalkeeper to put that one back out under pressure. Oh, hard impact there. Hamilton hitting the barrier quite hard. In the meantime, here's Campbell and Davidson. Did he get it in? No, he didn't. That's good, hard defence by the Vikings. I know he did. Nope, he didn't. Nope, he didn't. Well, it's going to be a face-off. So no goal there, but it was a really good passage that was almost rewarded for the Blackhawks. Campbell trying very hard, flicks it to Grover. Grover deciding to go to the back. Try and look for some open space in that attacking third. Grover's got Goulds in support, decides to go the McMahon route, but it wasn't the wisest one. Here's Williams. And Holman fighting it out. And Holman again making the shot, but cleverly deflected there by McMahon, which allows Campbell to get in front. Hard shot there from Miles, but brilliantly saved there by Minson. And we'll have another face-off. 11 shots on target for the Blackhawks to 10. A lot of attacking in this game. A lot of scoreboard impact from both teams. Who's going to strike first in this second period? Spencer winning the face-off. Hard flick there by Holman. Holman going to that forward third, but the Blackhawks with more numbers behind the puck is going to allow Maiden Cox to go for the long flick out to Grover. He's got a big shot as an option. Goes there, but brilliantly saved by McClough. Now the Vikings are back under pressure here. It's a 2-on-2. They're scrambling for it. And Kairos almost bumped off it. Brilliant pass to Hammond. And the Vikings again are clear. Through Holman. Holman receiving a little love tap there from Campbell. Nothing wrong with a little bit of that. When the physicality really rises up. Miles. Needing to work out who's going to be in support. And they do. Finding Kaiuchi. Kaiuchi and Macaulay. Macaulay had Miles in support there, but was under a bit of pressure from Goulds. Macaulay looking for the short shot. Miles almost getting that one in, but deflected off the pants, and that's going to allow Goulds to get control. Gets that one long. Almost checked there was Cooper by Goulds. Woodman, the star for the Thunder in the Australian League. Oh, brilliantly done through two opponents there. Can he reward himself with a goal? Nope, decides to go for the pass behind the net. And now Casey Minson. Casey Minson looking to pass that one out to Davidson, but no hope there. And it's going to be Williams clearing out for the Vikings. Williams with the pass out to Del Caro. And again, they're going back in the net because look how forward the Blackhawks are pushing, but they find a gap. Here's Pieper. Pieper to Spencer. Spencer under pressure there from Woodman, and Woodman wins that battle. They needed to turn there and finds Woodman. Woodman for the Blackhawks. Little flick out to Grover. Grover for the shot and misses. But the puck's getting loose. Grover, a nice little backhand flick to Woodman. Woodman checked out of that one well by Cooper. And this time it's Woodman again. Grover and Woodman going for the long shot, but misses that one again. Blackhawks had most of the possession in this period so far. We've only gone 5 minutes in this second period, but it's been all Blackhawks in terms of the possession. Oh, check there by Woodman. That's what we like to see. A 2-on-1 in favour of the Vikings. They win that battle out. Kaiuchi with the intercept, but is picked off brilliantly by Grover. Grover with a lobbing shot, doesn't get there. Hammond sweeping that one up, a scramble for it, and it's a goal! Or is it? I don't think it is, no. The referee's just deliberating with the players. Did it go in? They're just positioning where that puck finished, where that puck stopped, I should say. The question is, what position were the refs on? I reckon that did look like a goal. Did it look like a goal? No, I don't think it did. Just got inside the line. So the Vikings are a little bit lucky there, but you've got to take it any way you can. So it's going to be a face-off between Woodman and Kaiuchi. Kaiuchi wins the face-off now. Allows Holman to sweep up. Going 180 there was Wormald. Now Wormald going out wide there to Williams. Williams shooting that one up high, but that's a violation, and that's going to be a face-off. Blackhawks doing most of the domination in their attack. Throughout this second period, they've had it for about 80% in their attack in this second period. They're playing quite hard, they're playing quite physical, and that's what they have to do to really take the Vikings off their game. And now McCauley, who scored the goal to level it up just before the end of the first period. Woodman getting the shot in, but it's deflected brilliantly by Holman. And that's what they're all about, getting those key intercepts, those Blackhawks. And they're doing it very well. The Vikings now, they clear through McCauley. Puck coming loose, it's a 2-on-1. But the Vikings win out. They got 4 around it. Long shot there by Goulds. Going only as far as McMahon making the receipt. Goulds passing it out. Cuthbert looking for the long one with the left hand and goes wide again. Davidson looking for some support. He gets it through McMahon. And he's held onto that one brilliantly, the keeper, by McLeod. And that will result in another face-off. A few changes for both sides. Coming in there is Cuthbert. And Liam Minson, along with Liam Campbell for the Blackhawks. And back goes Sean Hamilton, a forward for the Vikings, as well as Jesse Wormald. Face-off won by the Vikings. Long slash by the Vikings defence, seeing it go back into that third. Looks like some icing. Nope, the referee's calling play on. Here's Davidson. Davidson looking for some support. Doesn't get it. The Vikings putting on the pressure. Grover and Spencer, they're dicing for it. But winning that one out is Graham for the Blackhawks, along with Davidson. And now the Blackhawks are loose. It's a foot race there at the centre ice. Hamilton looking to win out, but he's under pressure from 2 Blackhawks. McMahon checked hard there, and Danny went like a sack of spuds. Very, very close for the Blackhawks getting a third. But some real physical defence by the Vikings, making sure that it wasn't to be. And that's their 11th shot on target, or 14th shot on target, I should say, for the Vikings, for the Blackhawks. And we are just under 11 minutes left. No penalty given for either team. Woodman, long shot. That one goes high. It's a dice for it, but held on brilliantly by McLeod. And that'll mean another face-off on that attacking third of the rink. We're coming to you live from Cockburn Ice Arena, thanks to our partners at Front Row Screens and DRN1. Round 3 of the IHL WA Premier League. Blackhawks in second, doing battle with the Vikings in fourth on the table. Hard checking by the Blackhawks. They're wanting to get physical out there. They're going through the back of the net, the Vikings. The pass just out of reach there for Del Caro. Davidson and Campbell working hard, but again, it's picked off brilliantly by the Vikings, and this is Macaulay. Oh, and poor communication there. Goulds. Now Davidson. Oh, hard hit Davidson. That was Nicholson, and he's struggling to get up, but he should be okay. These ice hockey players are tough nuts, no doubt about that. Puck comes loose out of the shot there by Hamilton. And Rayner under pressure with a 2-on-1. That's great defense from the Blackhawks. That allows Woodman to open himself up to the battle, looking for the shot. He shoots, and no, he doesn't get it. And that was a very good attempt for goal by Woodman. That would have been rewarded if not for a brilliant save there by McLeod. Woodman has another opportunity presented to him. Should he go for the big one? Does he get it? No. That's another one gone begging. Woodman again. Nothing's going to stand in his way between himself and the puck. Passing that one to Meaden Cox, who looked for the shot, but that one went wide as well. Meaden Cox again providing support for Woodman. They're combining well in that offensive third. McMahon interjecting some support. Goulds now. Now Woodman. He's got McMahon in support, almost hitting the glass. That one goes over the third. And he won't call icing there. That's good. That's going to allow Hammond to mop up for the Blackhawks. Long flick. That's a beautiful pass out to McMahon. That shot was a bit loose. Maybe he would have had some time to control. But that's going to allow Pieper to clear it out for the Vikings. Hard checking. That's what you like to see by McMahon. That check could lead to a goal, but the 2-on-1 defence proving a bit too much for the Vikings. But however, Goulds the first one to and under pressure. Goulds with the loose pass to McMahon. Goes past 1, 2, shoots a goal. No, he's missed. That's another one. I tell you what, McLeod's really earning his pockets today. Really earning every single coin that he's on. And that's another shot gone begging. That's 17 shots on target for the Blackhawks. And the Vikings have only had 11. And it'll be a face-off on the right-hand side, just near the Pump Cockburn Ice Arena sign. Got a nice, decent atmosphere here on a Friday night. Winning that face-off there was Campbell. Campbell with a quick flick out to Grover, who shoots and goes wide. Davidson playing in front brilliantly. But it's a 3-on-1 for that puck. They're skating in hard, but the Vikings are going to win out. That flick was by Miles, and that's going to allow the Vikings defence to try and clear themselves out of that third. And they do. Here's Del Coro. Del Coro just out-hustled there by Davidson. His shot came loose, but providing support there is Woodman. Woodman, although he was out-checked there by Del Caro from the Vikings defence, and they clear out. Here's Macaulay. Macaulay with a beautiful pass out to Williams. Williams goes past 1, 2, and brilliantly saved by Minson. Another big chance at goal gone begging. The goalkeepers are really working hard tonight, but the Blackhawks are sweeping through the rink. That shot by Woodman hung on brilliantly by McLeod, and that'll mean another face-off. A couple of changes for the Blackhawks. Goulds is going out for the moment. And Hammond's coming back on. Meaden Cox also coming back on. And for the Vikings, Cooper and Holman both coming off. And back come Kayuchi and Moffat. Vikings winning that face-off, and now they come out of it with an opportunity to clear out of that defence. That Macaulay shot very loose because Minson was able to pick that one up. It's a 3-on-1 for that puck. Miles not getting any support out of that defensive third. Now he's got it. Macaulay goes only as far as Cuthbert. Cuthbert slicing that puck out. And now the Blackhawks. It was a 3-on-1. Now they're out. Woodman, one of the stars for the Thunder, goes to his counterpart in McMahon. Going on to the right-hand side and misses. Woodman fortunately providing support. Look at him just bolstering himself through there. Brilliant effort going unrewarded for Woodman. Woodman going to McMahon. He's going to look for the loose shot. Does he get it? Yes, he does. Great teamwork by Woodman, getting the flick out to McMahon, using the left hand to shoot, and he gives the Blackhawks back the lead. The two Thunder Stars combining brilliantly. And now the Blackhawks lead at 3-2, just over 5 minutes left in this second period. Any goal in that second period was going to prove crucial, and the Blackhawks got it. 3-2 to the Blackhawks, 5 minutes left in this second period. It's been an exciting game. Scoreboard impact just smithering a little bit after that first period where it was 4 goals between them. Can the Vikings respond? Here's McCauley going down the ring towards Rayner. Rayner going past 2 players. Oh, that was a big opportunity there by Kaiuchi, but just lost control of the puck. And Davidson. Oh, hard check there by Rayner on Davidson there. But Rayner's not phased, but Davidson's not phased by it at all. But the Blackhawks, they're wanting another one. Gold shot is brilliantly picked off there by Holman. Holman playing it loose tonight. Davidson. Long pass. And now the centering pass out to Gould. Gould darting his way through. But the Vikings defence proving too much as they try and clear it out, but only as far as Campbell. Campbell's flick going to Hamilton for the Vikings, and now they can slow it down a little bit. A nice little lob, clever little lob here to Rayner. But the Blackhawks proving superior in this battle. Mead and Cox going towards the goals, but brilliantly picked off there by McCauley and Holman. Combining in defence. Long shot by Woodman. Just wide to the right of the net. Del Caro bumped off it after he makes the flick, and there's an obstruction there on that third. And that'll mean another face-off. And keep in mind, in those penalty power plays, if one team member goes off, it'll mean a 4-on-5, and it'll be a 2-minute power play. And for the team with still 5 on the 5-on-4 battle, that'll have a big advantage. If they can score out of this power play, it'll be a real bonus to their morale. But at the moment, only 1 penalty's been given, so it's been a good standard game. Miles centering it towards centre ice now. Williams going past centre ice. Beautiful pass out to Del Caro. The shot goes wide. And it's going to be the Blackhawks now. That'll clear out of that scramble. Woodman, would have had a big opportunity to control that. But that's going to allow the Vikings. There are 3 Vikings around that puck on the defensive third. Williams. Woodman again. Can he get it? Yes! It's not Woodman, it's Cuthbert. Cuthbert gets another one out of some poor defensive communication by the Vikings. And Cuthbert gets it to a 4-2 lead with under 2.5 minutes left in this second period. They've scored 2 goals to the Vikings 0. Could they be on to a good victory if they kick this up? 4-2 with 2 minutes left in favour of the Blackhawks. And it could benefit them in the goal difference if the Flyers blue also win tonight. Because the Blackhawks are in second place on the goal difference. The Vikings have a positive goal difference, but they've got less goals for. Despite winning against the Chiefs 5-1 last week. The Blackhawks, of course, winning 2-0. Woodman with another long shot. That could have been his second for the match. Woodman controlling that well with his right palm. It was a long lob by the Vikings. Inside the last 90 seconds of this first period. Woodman with a long pass to Goulds. Goulds fighting his way through and scores another one. Oh, the Blackhawks are putting on a procession here in this second period. 3 goals scored. 5-2 the scoreline in favour of the Blackhawks. Under a minute left. Oh, they are really having a barnstorming second period here. What can the Vikings do to get back in this game? I'll tell you what, the Blackhawks side under Felicity Svensson. Miss Svensson will be very, very happy with her side's performance in this second period. But Sean Cookson, well, he'll be on the other side of that coin at the moment. A lack of communication on defence really has been the central cause for the Blackhawks getting these easy late goals in such crucial times in this match. As you can see there, they're barging their way towards the puck. Davidson being one of them. Davidson now to Woodman. Could he get another one? Woodman out to Goulds. Goulds' shot comes loose. They're scrambling for it, but getting out of that one is Nicholson for the Vikings. Nicholson checked hard there by Goulds. Goulds, great control by Goulds. Can he get another one? He shoots, misses. Great play by the goalie there in McLeod, and that'll bring an end to the second period. A big second period at that for the Blackhawks. They scored 3 goals, and now they lead 5-2 with just 1 to go.
You're invited to Perth Ice Arena, Perth's premier ice skating rink. If you're into ice hockey, figure skating, a novice, or just enjoy the fun of ice skating, this is the place for you. Call or visit the website for session times. It's a great place to keep cool.
Play broken up again by the Sharks. Now the Flyers in front. Could be a chance and a save by Pelliccioni. We'll see an offensive zone draw for the Flyers. 2 minutes 35 left in this first period. The Sharks, the under-21s team, leading the Flyers 1-0.
I think the Flyers could try as they might be a little bit older than the Sharks, but they're a lot stronger. Maybe they need to start winning some of these battles on the boards and just not throwing their weight around, but just out-muscling some of these young guys a little bit, especially in the slot and areas where they need a bit of strength.
Meanwhile, the puck was dumped up ice, worked along now by the Flyers into the zone. And the Flyers trying to center it in front. Another attempt in front, broken up, by the Sharks and pushed back out to neutralise, where the Sharks will whip it down behind McCann's net. Icing will be the call.
It's maybe what Lyndon Hodges to do, so he just carry the puck himself, I think. Get his ears back and go. No one's on offer. He's certainly good enough.
Game so far, still 1-1, 1:22 left in this first period. Sharks could be a chance here. Here they come. Oh, and a play broken up by Pundler, but here they are in front. Oh, and a shot fired by Sucha, saved on the doorstep on the shoulder by McCann. Top of the blue line now, the Sharks. Push down low for Lelick. Lelick working it around for Lakowiak. Now the Flyers will come back the other way. Here come the Flyers. Maybe trying to create a chance. Pushing it along for Ruck. Now Ruck pushes it back across where it's collected by Maybe. Now a centering attempt. No one was there. Ruck. Another centering attempt and a save on the doorstep by Pelliccioni, who covered it up. The Sharks play an entirely different style to these men's seniors now. I mean, it's so loose the way that these.
Well, they're still learning, aren't they?
No. I mean, it's loose the way the men's teams play. It's these guys play.
Well, remember this team also plays the National Junior League, so.
Well, yeah, I guess they're playing together quite a lot. A shot fired and a great glove save by Pelliccioni. Yeah, and that will be the end of the first period. So really good first period for the Sharks, playing a good, well-structured game. Managed to hold Flyers Orange to 0 at this point. We'll be back after the break.
Welcome back to the Cockburn Ice Arena. We're just a few minutes away from the third and final period beginning. If you missed the action so far, it was 2-2 after the first period. A lot of physicality, a lot of aggressiveness out there on the rink, which is what you'd expect in an IHL WA match in the Premier League level. But then in the second period, it belonged to the Blackhawks, with all the attack belonging to them, and the Vikings really struggling to get out of that defensive third. And the lack of communication that was there forced some really silly mistakes and conceding 3 goals in that second period. And it is 5-2 in favour of the Blackhawks. And we thank you very much for tuning in so far tonight. Facebook Live, thanks to Front Row Screens and DRN1 at Perth.radio. And we thank them for coming on board for season 2020. And the Blackhawks, again, dominating on the attack. 23 shots on target to just 12. And I'm sure the Vikings, under Sean Cookson, will be very, very disappointed with that second period effort. And I'm sure Mr. Cookson will give the Vikings a little bit of a grilling just for some motivation. They want to finish off big, because anything is possible in 20 minutes. It's been pure attack versus defence tonight. And the attack has mostly won out for the Blackhawks, largely thanks to their 2 stars from the Thunder in the Australian Ice Hockey League, Woodman and McMahon, really being key contributors in getting that puck to penetrate that attacking third and really dishing out the aggression. Now, those would be the 2 players you'd ought to look out for this season, since it has returned from the COVID-19 break. And let me tell you, isn't it just great to have live and local sport back up and running here in WA once again? Your response to this crisis has been nothing short of fantastic, and you deserve a really big round of applause for doing everything you can to bring live and local sport back right to you, right in front of your lounge room here in Western Australia, the best state in the country. And the players just getting themselves ready from their second period debriefing. And in the other games that were played today, the Flyers Orange doing battle with the Sharks, and the Flyers Blue doing battle with the Chiefs, as the Vikings and the Blackhawks re-enter after that second period. And the Zamboni, who's been working very hard all night, is ready to say bye-bye to the rink for another game and let the players get back on and begin this third and final period. What can the Vikings do? Got to look to players like Miles and Williams and Del Caro to provide that attack. And in that defence, Moffat and Jackson, they haven't been anywhere in the latter stages of that second period. And then you've got the Blackhawks, champion side at the moment. Grover and Campbell working well on that defensive third. And then you've got Woodman and McMahon in attack. They've worked really, really hard out there tonight. What can they do in this third and final period? It's a 15-minute third period. And so that 5 minutes less of playing time, vital to the Vikings. They must score immediately if they want to get back into this game. But if the Blackhawks continue to do what they're doing, apply the aggression, apply the physicality, and then really go on with it in attack, I reckon it'll be very hard for the Vikings to come back against this Blackhawks juggernaut. But anything can happen in 15 minutes. Anything can happen in the highest elite level of ice hockey here in Western Australia in the Premier League. All thanks to our friends at Front Row Screens, CD Dodd and DRN1. And our penalty box, thanks to Champion Auto Glass. We thank them for coming on board the WA IHL competition in season 2020 in its relaunch. Thank golly, local live sport is back right in front of you here in WA. Blackhawks out of their huddles, so are the Vikings to begin this third and final period. 5-2 the scoreline in favour of the Blackhawks. They've done all the attacking tonight. Can they finish it off, or will the Vikings produce a comeback for the ages? Well, if they are to do that, they need to score, and score quickly. Referee getting the puck up in the air, ready for the first face-off. The players are in position. It's McMahon and Williams for the first face-off. Williams wins out, but McMahon able to get the quick deflection in to allow the Blackhawks to go into attack. But a nice long lob by Spencer goes only as far as Kieran Goulds. Goulds now looking for the long slash. Out towards McMahon. McMahon loses control, and Pafir, his pressure, allows himself to regain control, but his pass is a shocker. But now Piefer, he regains control. Williams now centering it to Spencer. They're going past centre third now. Here's McCauley, who scored earlier tonight. High shot. But that one has gone over the net, and that'll be a face-off. 23-12 shots on target. They're in favour of the Blackhawks, and most of the possession has belonged to the Blackhawks tonight. A couple goals in this period will be vital for both teams. Winning the face-off there was right, but there was an obstruction there from the refs. Good call. Right again, winning that face-off, allowing the Vikings to get clear. But getting first to it there is Grover. Grover going past 1, 2. Does he make the shot? No! Brilliantly saved there by McClough, and that is going to need a little bit of repositioning, that net, from the players to get another face-off underway. So that's 24 shots on target for the Blackhawks now. They've really done a lot of that hard attacking tonight. Hammond wins that face-off. And now Woodman. Woodman hard checking on Cooper. That's going to allow the Blackhawks to sweep it up and clear out of that defensive third. Megan Cox goes only as far as Wormald. Wormald going across the rink. Loose puck behind. Here's Wright, but was bombarded by two Blackhawks. It was a 2-on-1, and he wasn't going to get out of that one easily. Oh, big hit there. Cooper was the victim of that one, but he was able to get the puck away before he hit. And Renya stops and regains control of the puck. That's good play. Renya gets it out to Wright, who makes an attempt to shoot, but it was off the side of the stick. The Blackhawks doing everything they can to stop the Vikings' pressure here. It's been at that end for much of the game. And that pass goes only as far as Grover. Grover doing everything he can. Good positioning to keep the puck at his direction. But Wormald intercepting that shot brilliantly. He's under pressure from McMahon. Is he going to scramble for the shot? They're scrambling for it. Del Caro and McMahon. But the Vikings come out of that one. And it's now Wormald. Wormald's shot is loose. Goulds makes the intercept. Deflected off by the Vikings. McMahon goes over the head, but only as far as Jeremy Wright. Wright deflects forward. Another poor pass, but brilliantly done there by Cooper. Well, Miles, I should say, to get that one back under control. The Blackhawks attack. Ferocious. And getting out of that scramble there was John Miles. Miles with a loose pass and intercepted by Goulds. Goulds with a pass down the rink. Hard hit there from Campbell. Trying very hard, but Piefer was first to it. Here's Rayner. Rayner with a big hit. Rayner and Del Caro combining. And that's where they've been going to. They've been playing to the sides of the rink whenever they're going out of that defensive third. They're not going direct. The Blackhawks have gone direct through that corridor when they're attacking. And that's where they've had to pay the price for much of it. They could do it again through McMahon. McMahon losing his footing just before he made the shot. And now the Vikings, through some good pressure, are able to clear out. Here's Piefer. Piefer with a loose pass. Long shot by Del Caro. Just deflected off the goalkeeper's glove. And a heavy bump there. That nearly got him on the head. In fact, it did. That was by Williams. And a couple of players there not very happy. Hammond was on the receiving end of that, and I think that's going to be a trip to the penalty box, I reckon. Is it going to be a trip to the penalty box? It will. That was Piefer who's going to the penalty box. And that visit to the penalty box is thanks to Champions Autoglass. We thank them for coming on board this season. And that will mean only 4 players will be allowed at one time for the next 2-3 minutes. 2 minutes it is. Dwayne Piefer getting penalised there for that head-high hit on Lee Hammond. And the Vikings are disadvantaged for these next 2 minutes. They've only got 4 players on the rink to the Blackhawks 5. And that's a goal! A brilliant shot there. I think that was Grover. Yes, it was. A great pass crossed the rink from Woodman. Grover had plenty of time and space and slashed it brilliantly. That goal essential for the Blackhawks in the context of this match, and it increases their domination. 6-2 the score with 11 and a half minutes to go in this final period. And that margin and the difference in goals could make a difference to the Blackhawks. And keep in mind, they have scored a goal, so it's back to a 5-on-5. And Pieper has been allowed back. And Grover with a heavy check there on Williams. They're not easing with the physicality, and why would they? Pieper, who's just been welcomed back onto the ice. That pass deflected off, but Williams able to make that one. Williams, heavy flick there. Disappointing pass, finds Megan Cox. Megan Cox looking to put the killer blow in. Campbell's shot doesn't make any connection, and the Vikings are clear. Spencer under a bit of pressure now, goes towards the back of the net. But the Blackhawks, long slash, finds Megan Cox, who's on a good path. He's got to look for a pass to McMahon and Cuthbert for support. Cuthbert makes the shot. And no, it was saved brilliantly by McClue under pressure. So that's 26 shots on target now compared to the 12 that the Vikings had. The Vikings haven't had a genuine chance of a shot at goal, and that's largely been to the hard defence and physical defence, for that matter, that the Blackhawks have been able to put on. So Pieper and McMahon are going to face off. Pieper wins that one. Blackhawks again putting the pressure on. Davidson against Spencer. And now Miles. Could have almost been checked there. No call. Hammond flicking that towards Wright, who intercepts for the Vikings. And here is Jeremy Wright. Working it towards the back of the net, but again, that puck control hasn't been going their way. Except for that man, Cooper, who's done pretty well tonight. Getting pushed out of that one was Davidson, but he's in a good path. He shoots. No, brilliantly saved there by McClue. McClue's flick going only as far as McMahon, who's just going to control it with ease here. Gets a nice flick out to Megan Cox. Megan Cox changing his direction. Megan Cox going around the ring. That's good pass. Hammond going across the ring. Again, mishandle. That's going to allow McMahon to make an easy shot. No! That one couldn't connect. That would have been McMahon's second goal of the night, but a mishandle led that one begging. But Kieran Golds out wide to McMahon. Shoots. Misses. Hard scramble for it. Great defence from the Vikings. Here's Miles with a long shot. Brilliantly saved. Loose. Almost a big chance. The goalie's come out of his box. Oh, and just misses the shot there. That was by Woodman. Very, very lucky. The Blackhawks didn't concede that one. Woodman going from side to side. He's looking for support. It's a 2-on-1. A little backhand flick if you don't mind. Grover goes around the net looking for some space. He's got Campbell in support. He was on his own for about 2 seconds there. He didn't go that way. Grover and Hammond. Now Campbell. Good defence and intercepted brilliantly there by McCauley. And Del Caro, who combines. Del Caro's shot. Well, that was an ambitious one. Nice check by Grover. Doesn't give him plenty of space. And Pieper. Pieper trying his best to control on the side of the rink. And does. He gets the pass out to Spencer. Heavily checked there by Megan Cox. And again, the hard physicality starting to come in. And that's what we like in a game of ice hockey on a Friday night. The Vikings again handle it in a 2-on-1. Almost picked off by Megan Cox. Almost a little risky moment that would have cost the Vikings again. And that poor communication in defence is going to haunt them here. Goulds making the intercept. Heavily checking on Del Caro there. And the Vikings looking to get clear, but that aggression from Davidson. is really making the Vikings' life difficult there on that third. But Jeremy Wright does it brilliantly and controls from the defensive third. McMahon in front, brilliantly read. It's been a hard scramble for it on that centre ice third. Williams and Wright. That puck comes loose. And now it's Hammond. Hammond, good positioning to get himself to that puck first. It's a tussle between himself and Wright. And it's going to be stopped. The referee's going to call a face-off. Under 7 minutes left in this final period. 6-2 the scoreline in favour of the Blackhawks. And a little bit of crowd support there for Jesse Wormald from a few of his friends that are close by commentary position tonight. And no doubt he's soaking it in. Heavy check there on Cooper. But the puck finds its way to McMahon. McMahon going 1, 2, and he tries to make the shot but doesn't connect. That's some hard defence there from Jeremy Wright. And that'll mean some icing, and that's going to be a face-off again. And that makes it 27 shots on target for the Blackhawks. And the Vikings, well, they've only had 15. Wright applauding his goalkeeper there, McClue. And he's worked very hard tonight. But he has had 6 goals conceded against him. And that's another penalty. And that was a facial obstruction, I was told. Rick Cooper is in that penalty box thanks to Champion Auto Glass. It's the second time that a Vikings player has been sent to the penalty box. So it's 4-on-5 for the next 2 minutes. McMahon and Woodman combining. Gould's receiving the long flick. Cuthbert trying to provide some support. It's a 2-on-1. Woodman, he's going to try and look for that long shot. That's where he's at his best. Gets the shot in. Doesn't connect. And that goes in. That goes in. Who was it? That was Cuthbert. Yes, it was. Cuthbert just getting the loose flick in towards the goals. And that goes to the back of the net. And that's another goal. 7-2 the Blackhawks. That's going to make a big difference for them in their quest for second place on the ladder after this round. And their goal difference rate will get a little bit of a boost. And the penalty box time for Rick Cooper has come to an end with that goal. And so it'll be back to 5-on-5. And that 4-on-5 disadvantage is making a big difference for the Blackhawks. And they've scored off of each of the power plays. The Vikings, well, it's about 6 minutes to go. They seem to be out of the contest, but they don't want to go down without swinging. But here's Grover for the Blackhawks. Makes the shot. Brilliantly deflected there by McClue. Grover again. Here's Campbell. Long shot. Brilliantly handled by the Vikings defence. And now they can clear. Del Caro urging on his charges. And Del Caro, speak of the devil, comes back onto the ice and finds Piefer. Piefer goes for the short forward flick towards Rayner. Rayner's flick intercepted brilliantly there by Graham. Graham going for that big shot from the defensive third. Cuthbert swerves past the defender. Going for the shot there was Campbell, but that one goes over the net, but luckily not over the net. And now Del Caro, not having any support at the moment. Going for the second shot. They both miss. Williams now. Brilliant control of the puck. Miles out to Del Caro. He shoots. And that's another miss. And that will mean a face-off. Face-off on the right-hand side. That's their 30th shot on target that they just had a few seconds ago. The Blackhawks, the Vikings, that's only their 16th. Hence the domination that the Blackhawks have had in attack tonight. Blackhawks win that face-off again. They've won all but 4 of those face-offs tonight. Del Caro's shot deflected off by McClue. And Hamilton getting that one back. It's that going around the rink. Brilliantly played there by Medin Cox. Medin Cox flicking it out to McMahon. Steadies himself. He's got Woodman for support, as does Cuthbert. Cuthbert's shot doesn't connect. That puck is coming loose towards centre ice. And backing that one up is Kieran Goulds. Goulds, the long pass, goes towards 3 Vikings. And we're inside the last 4 minutes of this match. McMahon jostling hard with Miles for that puck. Miles wins out and has got back up in Williams. Williams now skating his way through centre ice, looking for the shot. Brilliantly saved by Minson. Williams with the second shot, brilliantly saved again by Minson. He's had a good night. Piffer, long shot. It was a hard hit, but ineffective. And now Wormald. Wormald trying to combine with Wright. Looking for the slide. Hard checking on McMahon, but the Blackhawks still emerge with it. Hard scramble between Grover and Macaulay. Macaulay won out on that one, but it goes only as far as Metten-Cox. Metten-Cox and Goulds. Goulds, great control to make sure it's back his way. McMahon and Grover. And Grover getting that one out to Minson. Luckily the goalkeeper didn't come out of the box. That hit going around the rink in that defensive side, and Piffer emerged with it. Now Brock Williams, who's only been in the court for a handful of minutes, he's been on the ice for a handful of minutes. And Grover tries to flick that one out to Campbell. Campbell had a mishandle. Now Williams and McMahon and Davidson combining well to get that one back in for the Blackhawks. Beautiful pass out to Davidson. Davidson escaping the check there from Wormald. But Wormald emerging with that one and allowing the Vikings to clear. Campbell trying very hard but under pressure. Wormald again looking to set it up from that defensive third for the Vikings. And again, they're virtually setting up the wall here, the Blackhawks, because they are making the Vikings pay with every mistake, and that's offside. And that will mean another face-off on the attacking third for the Vikings. So they have another chance to try and add a little bit of respectability to this scoreline. And there will be some changes on the ice. Timeout has been called in the meantime. And it'll only be a 20-second timeout as the Vikings are trailing 2-7. The Blackhawks with a big second period with 3 goals and a further 2 in this final period, as they are on the ascendancy for another big win and get a significant boost on goal difference to maintain second place on the ladder. And the buzzer to end the timeout has gone, and so play will look to continue. And the referees are just deliberating there with Minson, the goalkeeper, about how soft the ice is. And the referees have worked hard tonight, kept the game at a really good standard. And we will see a face-off in that attacking third for the Vikings. Winning that one out was Miles. Miles with a quick shot out to Del Caro, who tries to go for the big one. Doesn't get it. And the Blackhawks again clear through hard defence. Now applying himself there is Williams. Williams looking for the pass just out of reach there of Kaiuchi. Woodman with a long flick. And now Miles. Miles with a quick left-hander. That was a blunder. That may prove costly as Davidson tries to go through 3 defenders. Maintains control. Goes for the shot and misses. Campbell trying very hard. Going back to Davidson. There he goes again. Brilliantly saved by McClough. He hangs on. And that will mean another face-off. About 90 seconds left in the game. It's been a great performance from the Blackhawks. They'll get a good boost on the goal difference, and they will get 2 points out of this match and maintain second place on the ladder. They could be behind the Flyers Orange tonight, who of course are playing down at the Perth Ice Arena. We'll keep you up to date on our Facebook page as the game develops. Woodman winning that face-off. Hammond shot there, deflected off by the Vikings defence, and now they can get clear, but not if for some brilliant Blackhawks pressure. Goulds going past two Vikings, getting some support there for Cuthbert, and losing his footing there, and that's going to allow the Vikings to get out of that defence. Pifter gets pressurised there into a mistake there by Goulds. The Vikings, they're going down swinging tonight. But McMahon finding Goulds, looking for the shot, but good defence there by Macaulay. Not allowing it. Macaulay, good second effort to maintain control. Macaulay out to Spencer. Spencer hard checking there on Woodman. And the Vikings looking to clear themselves out of that defence only as far as Campbell. Goulds again, combining with McMahon. In the middle. It's really a game of possession now with half a minute to go. It's going to be a big win of the Blackhawks, but slipping over there was Williams, and that allowed Cuthbert to make the shot, but brilliantly saved in the palm of McLeod's hands. And we're in the last 20 seconds of this match. 33 to 16 shots on target in favour of the Blackhawks. That's a pure sign of the domination that the Blackhawks have had in this game. That face-off appearing a little tied up. There's no decisive winner until Wright deflects that one at the last moment. That puck is coming off loose. Going in front there to Rayner. But winning the foot race there is Hammond for the Blackhawks. And Grover and Hammond combining. They could slow the clock down. The buzzer's going to ring. That'll be it. Well, a monster second period has set up a big win for the Blackhawks, and they will go to second place on the ladder. They've won it 7-2 tonight. The Vikings, their only goals came in the first period, and they had two penalties to boot as well, which only lasted about 45 seconds, but it made all the difference as the Blackhawks scored in each of those power play penalties to inflict more scoreboard damage on the Vikings, and they'll be very happy, and rightfully so. Felicity Svensson, very proud of this Blackhawks side. They'll be a hard side to beat in 2020, and the players shaking their hands on what has been a good game, a one-sided one, albeit after the first period when it was very tight early on, when it was 2-2. Many were saying that it could be a very, very tight contest, but 5 goals to none after the first period were added, and the Blackhawks have gone on to an amazing win. The final scores here at the Cockburn Ice Arena: the Blackhawks victorious over the Vikings, 7 goals to 2 on behalf of Ivo, Ryan, and of course Matt Williamson of the Front Row Screens team, and the team at DRN1 in Perth Radio for airing this. This is Paul Persick wishing you a very good evening from the Cockburn Ice Arena at the end of IHLWA Premier League Round 3.
You're invited to Perth Ice Arena, Perth's premier ice skating rink. If you're into ice hockey, figure skating, a novice, or just enjoy the fun of ice skating, this is the place for you. Call or visit the website for session times. It's a great place to keep cool.